Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. Hello, welcome to Logan's Story, and I just want to let you know that I'm having a great time today. Welcome to Logan's Story. What's going on, people? Yeah. 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 Okay, today we're actually going to go to the Tyler Mall, and we're going to go pick up a book that we've been wanting for a while. So we're going to go to Barnes & Noble, and we're going to pick up a book. It's a voice acting book. I forgot the author, but it's a good informational book for me to kind of get into this realm of voice acting. We're going to go do that, and then we're going to have a little bit of a break, a little bit of an intermission, where you get to see the intermission happening. And then we're going to go straight into a home vlog about the insane ticket prices and the insane Disneyland annual pass prices for the next coming year, which is kind of crazy. You're just gonna be amazing. Also, in that home vlog, we're gonna talk a lot about the different lands and what makes them each unique. Now, I know I've been going a lot of Disney craze for the past few. I mean, this is my second video where I'm going Disney craze, but planning for the next video for kind of like a homemade martial art type video. So hopefully we'll see some of that. Right now, let's go to Barnes & Noble and get that book. You ready? Here we go. We're here! There it is. That's TGI Fridays. But the place next to it is Barnes & Noble. So we're just gonna go in there, look for a book by Neil Ross. We're gonna get a coffee. We're gonna try to fix my face because it's so ugly and there's a bunch of acne scars and hair and it's just gross. It's just chocolate. All right, let's go inside and get that book. Let's go. Hey, this is the portion of the vlog where we're going to cut a little bit for time. This is going to be the intermission. Just enjoy this video while I'm taking a break trying to get some stuff oriented in my house, meaning cleaning my room and putting away laundry and stuff like that. We're going to take a little break and then we're going to be back, okay? Here you go. Enjoy this video. Hello. Welcome to Cut for Time. We're cutting for time due to the responsibilities Logan Stories upholds. While we wait, please enjoy this short video. Anything now, brothers, let's do it. For my grades, it's called What for What. Do, do. Thank you for watching. Now back to Logan's Story. Hello there, welcome back from the intermission. I hope you enjoyed that little thing I did. Hopefully there's going to be more of those kind of videos pretty soon. But now that we're here, I'm going to do a little short take. It's going to be about 4 minutes. That's kind of my take. If it gets to 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I would like to kind of elaborate a little bit, but I'm going to talk about the rising ticket prices in Disneyland. But the Disneyland raises ticket prices. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to talk about the ticket prices. I'm going to talk about
why they may be raising, and everyone knows why they're raising, but I thought you just might want to know. And where else you could go in Southern California that's not Disneyland that's just as fun if you have the money to. Okay, let's get to it. So the Disneyland prices raise relatively per ticket for let's just say that the tickets are going around $200 $200 a ticket. So let's just look at this. So it says here by LA Times that the ticket prices have rose as much as 5%. For the lowest demand days, such as Tuesday and Wednesdays in March and February, and all the days that there's not a lot of people, one-day ticket to visit either Disneyland or Disney's neighboring California Adventure Park stayed unchanged at $104. So for the unwavering days, ticket prices are going to go to $104. For peak days, such as Saturdays and Sundays and summers and Christmases and things like that, $154. It basically rose from, for the standard ticket, it rose about $5 or $6, and it's $154 from the $149. So for the one-day park hopper tickets, okay, here's the one-day park hopper tickets, which let you go from Disneyland and California Adventure wherever you may please. Those go from $159 to $154 on the lowest demand days. And then for the highest demand days, here's where it gets funky. $209 from $199. So on the highest demand days, it rose $5, $159. Lowest demand days, it rose $10, so it's $209 now. The Max Pass that enables you to kind of do all the fast passes in the park, that rose $5. So from $15, it's $20, I imagine, per person. And that gives you access to, rides, the reservation system when you reserve a ride for when you want to ride it. That rose $5, $15 to $20. Parking stayed where it is, although that did raise. So it used to be $20, now it's $25, but since that $25 mark hit, it stayed the same. So you can kind of see where the ballpark is for a lot of these tickets. Now for the passes, it rose about 5%. So for the least expensive pass, which is the Select Pass, which blocks out holidays and peak demand days, rose 5%. So now instead of $399 in total, it's $419. The most expensive annual pass, the Premier Pass, get this, for the new pass, for the most expensive pass, Premier Pass, it rose 13%. So now instead of $1,949, it is now $2,199 for a year per person. So if you have a family, anyway, I think here's the reason why I think a lot of these passes are the reason why they are. Okay, now let's look into detail. Go on LA Times, look that up. I'll give you the details in the link below. But honestly, here's the thing: Star Wars Land, all the new additions to basically all the theme parks around the United States and Anaheim and Orlando, all that new additions require will basically get you more audiences, more crowds. And you think Disneyland is popular? It's even more popular now because of freaking Star Wars Land. And not just that, but all the amenities, all the crazy things that Disney is so used to putting out there. People want it. It's a supply and demand problem. They supply, there's a high demand. High supply, high demand. You feel? And sometimes the demand becomes overbearing that there has to be actions taken forward in order to kind of coease the general audience. Because what the general audience sees in Disneyland is, oh, it's too long lines, it's just so hot, you can barely move. Honestly, here's the thing. That's not Disneyland's fault. What they're doing is giving and appeasing to the audience and giving them what they want, giving them Star Wars, giving them a Star Wars land, giving them and let's not even talk about Avengers Campus. At that point, I don't know what Disney's gonna do. Here's the thing. Disney is raising the prices because there's too much of an overbearing crowd control. There's an overbearing amount of crowds coming in and in and in. And honestly, I have, just at the end of the video, I'll tell you my kind of solution for it. I think that there are many, many reasons why Disney is doing this. And I agree with them. The tickets are raising, the passes are raising, all for a good reason. It's to keep people out because there's just too many people coming in to Disneyland. And it's not anyone's fault. It's just the way things are. But honestly, if you were to ask me, I think Disney should build one more park. I don't know where they would build it. Honestly, there's not a lot of places they could build this park. But I think they should build one more park. I think that would be amazing. I don't know if that would create more of a crowd or less of a crowd or whatever, but I think if it's more spread out, people will want to go. The reason why I think Disney World is vast, even with the amount of people, there's so little people in each park during the day. I went in summertime, and there's like, here's a video of here's a video of just everyone that was in that summer night. Here's the video. See how there's like nobody there? Like it's basically empty, and it's a summer night. And that's just me walking towards a fountain. So with that being said, I generally think that at the end of the day, Disney is going to have to think smart. And now that there's a lot of talk about the Avengers campus and freaking Spider-Man swinging around in the Avengers campus, can you imagine how many people are going to be there? Marvel's huge. Marvel is one of the biggest things in the world. Think about it. And now it's going to come to a park? Disney is preparing for that overwhelming amount of crowds that are going to come to see Avengers Campus. I'm just saying. Here's what other people can do. If you're kind of like a student like me, going to work full-time, hopefully going to school full-time, whatever you're doing, or even if you're a family that is just hardworking and you kind of have the money to go out, there are other places you could go. In Anaheim, in San Diego, even in your own area, wherever you live. I recommend, honestly, there's a lot of fun in going to the zoo. There's a lot of fun in going to the mall. There's a lot of fun in going to the golf court. There's a lot of fun in just going to places that generally keep the budget a little bit, tighter. Then, when you have the money, per se, you could go out and venture out and go to Disney World. I mean, I would rather take one Disney World trip rather than thousands of Disneyland trips. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would take the 1,000 Disneyland trips. But one Disney World trip out of 1,000 Disneyland trips, and saving that amount of money, if I were in a lot of economically, I'm relatively trying to save my money. Let's just say that. Relatively, it's a very, 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 very hard thing to look at. I mean, there's all these other things you could do. There's the Queen Mary. There's a lot of cheaper things. Honestly, here's the thing. I would honestly, if I didn't have the money, and I probably am going to get to that point where I can't get a Disneyland pass because it's getting more expensive. I honestly think, and this is from the bottom of my heart, I would rather if I didn't have money for a Disneyland pass, I would just go to a bunch of museums. That's just me. I'll go to a bunch of museums. I'll go to the San Diego Museum. I'll go to Palm Springs. I will go to the museums over there. I would just go to a bunch of museums because personally, I love museums. There's a bunch of things you can do. You just gotta look. There's so many things you can do for cheap and stuff that's not Disneyland that I think is fun or even more fun than Disneyland in some cases. Because Disneyland is fun. It's one of the most fun things you can do in California. But there are other things that are fun that are cheaper. Hang on. And the thing is, the trash guy's here, so I gotta wrap this up. But the thing is, I think at the end of the day, if you're honestly looking for a fun thing to do, there's some places I agree with, there's nothing to do in that place. But just go venture, be creative, do something great. Make videos. You never know where that could take you. There's a bunch of family videos. There's a bunch of college students making videos. There's a bunch of things where you could do things and be happy and be excited to do it, and it could just pay off at the end. Closing thoughts. I generally think Disney's doing a smart decision because they're not like saying you can't come in, you can't come in, you can't come in. I think at the end of the day, this is the smartest decision that they could possibly make, because they can't like kick people out. That'd be just rude and kind of disrespectful. So what they're doing is they're raising the prices for the betterment of the general public. You know what I mean? I honestly want to see them open a third park. Like, honestly, I think that would be amazing. I think that Westcott thing, I don't know where they would put it. I honestly don't know where they would put it. But the plans for Westcott, that seems really cool. But that's all I want to talk about. So thank you for coming to Logan's Story. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and share this video with your grandma, with your dog, with your sister, with your brother, with your best friend from high school, with your best friend from college, with your best friend from elementary, middle school. Do whatever you got to do. Have a great day and Merry wishes to you. Have a blessed day. Thank you for coming. It's been Logan's Story. Peace.